these are important bills, and I appreciate the leadership that we've had with so many of my colleagues on this committee, Senator Smith, Senator Cortez Masto, Chairman, the Vice Chairman here. These are matters that I hope all of us find very, very troubling. The issue of murdered and missing Indigenous women is troubling enough. The issue of women that are trafficked is awful to even think about. But part of our problem is we don't even know what we don't know. And so doing a better job in understanding and ascertaining whether it's the data, the collection, these are some of what we're trying to address with the bills that are before us. What we're all trying to do is to improve public safety and improve the justice system for our First Peoples, whether they be in Alaska, whether they be in reservations around the country, whether they be in our urban centers. And so I want to particularly welcome Michelle Demert, who is the Chief Justice for Tlingit and Haida. She also serves as the NCAI VAWA Task Force Chair. I appreciate a great deal, Michelle, the work that you do on that. Your perspective on the importance of tribal provisions in VAWA, the need to strengthen them. These are so important for our efforts so that we are informed here. I think an added benefit, and it goes beyond, that's such a weak way to term it, but the insights that you are able to provide of the unique challenges that face Alaska tribes is so important to this discussion here today. The visit that the Attorney General had to our state has already been mentioned. It will be mentioned again. I appreciate the fact that you came to the state along with the Attorney General, Mr. Tulu, to again see what not only Alaska Natives face in our more regional hubs like Bethel, but out in a small isolated village like Napaskiak. And to hear the Attorney General say, I've been briefed on these matters, I have come to the state and I've listened to you tell me about it, but when I come out and I see it and I experience it as I walk with the people, then I'm able to feel it in my heart. And this is what we need to see reflected within our agencies, within the Department of Justice, within the Department of Interior. We need to have you feel it in your heart, because these women, these children, these families that have suffered, that have been victims, and been victims not just once, but 2 and 3 and multiple times over, and for some generational victims. We've got to feel it in our hearts before we're able to address this. And so what must happen with this committee, the leadership that we have here, bills like the handful that we have here, the expectations are that we're going to start making a difference. And I think back on those people in Napaskiak who are now reflecting that these people from Washington, D.C. came and they took pictures and now they're gone. And has anything changed? Has anything changed for that community? And I am bound and determined that we're not going to be in a situation where they said they just came and took pictures and left. We're going to make a difference. So thank you for what you're doing, Michelle, with us and working to address this. Senator Cortez Masto and I have a substitute amendment to Savanna's that will not only address the crisis of murdered and missing Native women addressed throughout the country, but it's not just in Indian country, it is in our urban centers as well, and that is important. I think it's important to state very clearly that I am very supportive of a concept that Congressman Young included in the House VAWA with an Alaska pilot. I look forward to addressing that on the Senate side as well, but whatever we can do to address the epidemic levels of violence against our Indigenous women and people with my colleagues here on the committee and in the Senate as we work to strengthen VAWA. This is going to be very, very important. So thank you, Mr. Chairman, for advancing these.